Hi everybody, I just wanted to make a real quick video today about some of the questions that my students ask me all the time whenever I'm doing drawing. And I just thought I wanted to clear it up a little bit and just kind of show you what type of questions they ask me. For one, they ask me, what type of sketchbooks can I use? And I tell them, anything works. I mean, you could use just scratch paper if you want. You could just use notebook paper. You can use whatever, but the sketchbooks that I usually go to are going to be these type. This one's my little pocket. It's flexible, it's bendable. I can put it in my pocket, and I don't really worry about it getting damaged or anything. It's just some of my basic artwork and so forth. This is a little bit smaller. It's easier to fit in a book bag or just like a backpack or something along those lines. And I just kind of keep this one with me. This one goes everywhere with me. So this is my go-to whenever I just have to go out into the world and I may have some time to do some drawing. And then this one is going to be my bigger sketchbook. This one's more designed for if I'm going to be doing like long, like drawn out, like drawings, if I'm going to be taking more time doing them, that kind of stuff. So these are the three. They usually run anywhere from about, I don't know, like 10 to 12 bucks. This one usually runs about maybe like $8. And then these you could honestly get for about less than $2. You can buy these at Walmart. So, but the next question that always comes up is,
there, what's in the bag? Huh?
What's in your bag? Like, the kids, whenever I do drawing at work or at lunch or something like that, or even out in the world, out in public, people will see me drawing and they're like, what's all in your bag? And so I like to just thought I'd do a quick video to tell everybody what I keep in my bag and why this goes with me everywhere that I go, that I may have a chance to do some drawing. So it's like a kind of little bag tour. So let's start with the basic necessities. Now, I'm not going to go into full detail with everything that's in here, but I will kind of give you a general idea of some of my favorite things to bring with me. And for example, let's see. Let's start with my favorite mechanical pencils. These are honestly my absolute favorite. I recommend these more often than not. They are a little pricey, and it does take a little time to get them because I believe they are coming out of Japan. But they are the Kurotoga engine pencils made by Uni. The reason I have two of them in my bag is because one of them is a 0.5 lead and the other is a 0.7. So if for when I'm drawing and I want to have a little bit lighter and I don't have to press as hard lines, I'll use the 0.5. If I want it to be a little bit darker, 0.7. Fun fact, most people don't know this, the reason that you use a number 2 pencil on test is because of the lead width and the amount of pressure that you can apply to it. So whenever the number is higher, you can apply more pressure to the pencil, making it darker. Hence why most tests that you have to take with a Scantron ask for a number 2 is because they really want you to press down and they want you to darken those circles. So, but these are my go-to pencils. I love them. If you want to know what they are a self-sharpening pencil. That sounds really, really weird, but that's what they are. As you lift your pencil up, it basically rotates the lead, so it doesn't have a one point and you just run out of lead. This rotates the pencil lead and it just comes out a little bit at a time without having to click all the time. So that's that. They run, I guess I've seen them go for about anywhere from $5 up to like $12, depending on if you want to get more than one. So my next is going to be colored pencils. I have multiple types and these are my erasable ones. I absolutely love these. I bought them on Amazon for a box of 12. I think I might have paid like $5. They were not expensive at all. They are just erasable pencils made by Prismacolor. You can get them 1, 2, I think you can buy them in a dozen, but you can find them on Amazon real easy. I also just go to Michael's and Hobby Lobby and I'll buy these type of pencils too. These do not erase as well. I do have this one, and it is such a short little pencil now because I've used it so much. Because if you can't tell, I don't want the camera to focus, but it's a lighter color. It is a more skin tone color, and whenever you put it on paper, it comes out lighter, so it's easier to go back over with a darker pencil and get the lines in. This is more for just the sketching part of the drawing. A white pencil, I use this for adding details after the fact of using the ink and so forth, just to kind of give you highlights, maybe in like eyes or reflections or something along those lines. I have some basic charcoal pencils. These are not anything spectacular. They are just different size. They are totally out of order. They are an H, a 2B, a 4B, and a 6B. And then these are just the different shades of charcoal that are in them. One's a little bit lighter, another's a bit darker, and so forth, and they just kind of go up the ladder of colors. So, these I did not know. Kids didn't know what these were when I showed them to them. They were blown away, and I actually gave away a couple of them to a few of the artists that were in my class. These are rubs. I don't know the exact terminology for them, but I call them, they're blender sticks, and they are used for blending charcoal whenever you're doing any kind of drawing. This allows your drawing to have shade or shadows on it, especially if you're going to do three-dimensional objects, or you just want to have shadows, or you just want to have some sort of blending. I use these. Very cheap, a couple bucks. You can get a couple, like a kind of a set of them, but I use those all the time. I'm not going to take them out because this is just lead for my mechanical pencils. There's a 0.7 and a 0.5, and there is also extra erasers for that. Now this is one that I need a new one because I have worn this thing out, and you really can't tell what it is, but this is what's called a kneaded eraser. It kind of looks like sticky tack. The kids thought I was actually trying to erase with sticky tack, but it's not. It's just a eraser that you can shape and model into a shape that you can use. Maybe if you don't need a big eraser, you can shape it into like a little point and just kind of get like the fine details out of it. There are artists that absolutely hate these type of erasers. I am not one of them. I love these things because I want to be able to mold it to something along the size of whatever my drawing is. So if it's a small drawing, I want to be able to have finer details. If I want it to be a bigger drawing, then I'll just roll it out and I can erase the whole page easy with one of these. The downfall to these things is they do get dirty, and they do tend to pick up everything. If you look at this one, it's got pencil like shavings and stuff like that from my sharpeners and everything else in here. So let's go the middle part. Middle part is nothing fancy. Actually, this is like my storage area. There's another colored pencil that I use. It's a little light one. I just threw it in here because it's kind of, I don't like using the blue. Blue it shows up really brightly on white paper, and you can't erase it. These are non-erasable pencils. That is, like, you're technically using wax coloring. So my next thing is a good sharpener. I have a good sharpener. You can buy, matter of fact, I had to buy 2 new ones the other day from Hobby Lobby, and they were $1.99, and I got 2. There were 2 in a pack. So these are really good sharpeners. You can actually take the blades off of them to replace the blades if you want to. I just think they're so cheap that whenever they become so dull, I just throw them away and get a new one. That's pretty much it. The other is other than a kneaded eraser, I like to use just a standalone eraser. These are Artist Loft. I believe I got it at, if I'm not mistaken, Artist Loft is Michael's. It could be Hobby Lobby. Both of those places I shop at. But Artist Loft eraser is just a basic eraser. That's it. You can't bend it or anything like that. It's just a eraser. Now, the third and final compartment. This is the one that kids always ask about, and I can try to break down a little bit more. Is one, why do you keep wet ones on you? Well, frankly, it's because when you're doing all this charcoal work and you do it, your hands get dirty. And if you're out in public and you got to do something and you're drawing, but then someone asks you to, like, let's go out to eat or something, and you just need to wipe your hands down real fast, that's why I keep the wet ones on me at all times. And you wouldn't believe how many times I have sat down one of my sketchbooks and not realized that I set my sketchbook down in something, which is absolutely 100% gross, but wet ones will help you take care of that. So, and they smell good too. Now, this is the part that the kids always ask me about, and they're like, why do you carry so many of them? These are my outline pens. I do I have a full set of, well, I wouldn't say they're a full set, but I have most of the main ones of these Micron pens. They range anywhere from I don't know if you would call it 0.005 all the way up to 8, which is my largest one. I usually use my 0.005 for itty bitty fine little details whenever I'm doing some sort of drawing, and then it kind of goes up. My most common one to do outlines with is a 3. I always use a 3. If I need them a little bit thicker, I'll use a 5. But whenever I'm outlining a drawing, it's always the 8. The 8 is my go-to for my outlines of the main drawing that I do. And if in the case of something arises that I need a thicker one other than an 8, I have these. These are pens that you can get at Michael's, Stabilo. I'm probably butchering that, but Stabilo, and these are more of like a marker, like a Sharpie tip. And if this doesn't work, I have the Sharpie, which is the thick tip. And I'll do these for outlines or doing anything for like backgrounds or any thick lines that I might need to do. I also have 2 extra pens. These are my 2 extras that I always carry around with me. This is just another fine point. I want to say it probably is pretty close to a 5. I use this if I'm going to draw something for somebody and I don't plan on keeping the drawing, or if I'm just doing something quick, I'll use this pen because these are a lot cheaper than these are, and these are cheaper than these. And so I will use this up and gladly go get another one. Or sometimes I've given these away to kids that are doing drawings and they need a pen. And these don't cost me anything. There's like $1 if that, and I'll just give it away. This one though, this one has been my bane of my existence, which is the white Uniball pen. These are gel pens, and the reason I say that the bane of my existence is I've gone through so many of these. I have tried different brands. I've tried the Uniball. This is the only one that seems to be standing up to what I put it through. I have also tried these jelly rolls, and I hate these. I'm unbiased. I don't like them because these dry out so quickly and they don't do real well whenever I have to draw over other black ink. But that's my rant. So I usually go with these Uniball white gel pens because whenever I'm doing something that's got a lot of like darker colors like black or dark browns or something like that, and I need to do some sort of highlight on it, to like eyes tend to have a big part where you have to kind of go back in and touch on like a little bit of white in the pupils or so forth as a reflection. I use these type of pens because they work really well on top of black pens, black markers and so forth, so you can draw on top of them, which is really great. This is all the stuff that is in my bag at all times. These are the things that I take with me no matter where I go, and I'm going to be able to do some drawing. Do you need all of this stuff? No. You can honestly probably just get away with a pencil and a sketchbook. If you want to go a little bit more detailed, a pencil, a good eraser, and a sketchbook. If you want to go even further than that, then color pencil, eraser, and maybe like one marker. That's it. That's all you need. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to like and subscribe. I enjoy watching numbers go up, and I enjoy teaching people about art. If you have any questions about any of this art supplies, or you have a question about maybe an art supply that you've never tried and I may have, I will gladly help you out in any way I can. We're all here to learn. I'm here to teach in any way I can. So you all have a good day. Thanks.